the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I am super excited to have you all here today. We are talking with some women that have extraordinary, that's above ordinary, voices, and they are here to share some of their story today. They're going to be speakers at an upcoming conference called the Sister Leaders Conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia, October 27th through the 29th of 2023. Welcome, ladies. How are you all today?
Fabulous.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you all for being here, and I'm honored to have you all here today. Listen, this conference is nothing short of amazing. I know that there are people that are eagerly anticipating. It's funny because I'm balancing life too as a mom, and this is a great example of how we balance life. Look down here on the floor, y'all. Look. My daughter is crawling on the floor. She's crawling on the floor trying to get to my printer so that she can get some of her school.
I love it. I love it.
You know what? You can't make this stuff up, right?
No, not at all.
I love it.
I was going to just let it go and just act like she wasn't down.
But it's real. It's keeping it real, right?
It's real life.
What's happening, Dad?
Yeah.
But I could hear something printing on my printer, and I'm like, well, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. So hello, I balance this thing called life, right?
Showing us in real time.
Real time balance. But when you have your children trained to the point where they're like,
yes,
they're crawling on the floor, trying not to make noise because they're not interrupting your show. That's a blessing from God in a way too. Because some people be like, I don't care, just see what they see. All right, y'all. Let me go back to the show. How are you ladies today?
Wonderful, wonderful,
Fabulous.
Awesome. So now I know that there is a huge conference coming up in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I am excited because you all are some of the speakers, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
And so we're going to get the opportunity to learn about you, what you're planning to speak about at the conference, what even made you interested in becoming a speaker. I want to know some stuff about you, your voice. Why does your voice make a difference on this earth? There's a lot of thoughts that I have. So we're going to get started. Everybody in your virtual seats, grab your virtual seats. Let us know where you're visiting in from. Share the broadcast with people. We're excited about you being here today. So let's get started. Nicolette, are you right there over to the left of me? So I'm going to go ahead and start with you if that's okay. All right. You ready for this, Nicolette?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
But before we even go into formal introductions, just tell everybody your name and why you even chose to be a part of this conference. And then we'll go into more formal stuff.
Great. Greetings, everyone. My name's Nicolette Hemingway, and I decided to be a part of the Sisters Leaders Conference because I wanted to bring my expertise in career coaching, interview preparation, and resume writing, because that is something we as women of color, especially Black women, need to know. We need to know how to conduct ourselves during an interview. We need to know how to stand out from the other candidates on our resumes and present ourselves in a professional and polished manner.
That's good. So I would have failed epically right now, just showing my daughter crawling on the floor trying to get to the printer, right? You'd have been like,
yes, that would have been a good first impression.
That would have been like, no, Kim. Okay, take you and the Balance Doctor stuff home because you just got dismissed from this interview. But I would never do that in that setting anyway, and I do agree with you. So that's excellent. I'm excited to hear about what you're going to talk about throughout the broadcast. Okay, let me hear from you, Michele, as well, please.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Michele Satchell. I'm from Waldorf, Maryland. And the reason why I really decided to be a part of this conference is when I saw the Sisters Leader title. I was a leader in the federal government, worked my way up, but I learned some things along the way through my own journey.
Mhm.
And I thought, you know what, there's some way I can maybe add some value for other women in their journey in becoming leaders, or if they're already a leader. And what I learned in my journey is mindset is key, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life. And as a leader, having your mindset right. And so that is going to be my topic that I even speak on for the conference. So I'm super excited. Everything just lined up with my values and my vision. So that's
Good. And you, Bri, how about you? That's awesome. I cannot wait to hear more from you, Michele. That's mindset is everything. It's very important. So, Bri, what about you?
So, hey everyone, I'm Bri Smith. I'm a CPA and Wealth Strategist, and I'm out of Virginia Beach. And the reason why I'm a part of Sister Leaders Conference is because of Dr. Karen. She is she's a phenomenal woman. She is the one coach, or the first coach, to actually get me a ROI on my investment in her. So anything that she's a part of, I want to be in it because I know it's going to be phenomenal. So I didn't care what the title was or anything. Dr. Karen's name was on it, and I was like, oh, it's going to be great.
So, bottom line.
Yes.
That's good. So I feel the same way. I was excited when I heard that she is the visionary behind this project. So that's incredible. How about you, Sharon? Sharon, we were talking just about why you're interested in being a part of this particular conference, and just saying your name and giving everybody just a little bit about you right quick. And we're going to go into deeper discussion throughout the broadcast. Can you hear me, Sharon? Sharon might not be able to hear me because I don't think she can hear me. Okay, I'll remove you, Sharon, and pull her back in. All right, so listen, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and formally meet these particular speakers. I'm excited about it. We'll be right back, everyone, right after this commercial break. We'll be back.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone, we are back and we are talking with some of the Sister Leaders Conference speakers. Now, there are going to be quite a few and some dynamic, extraordinary topics and voices that you'll hear. But these that are here today are going to just deep dive a little bit about their philosophies and what makes them even passionate about their why and who they are and what they bring to the world. So I want to go ahead and start with, let me see who I'm going to start with, because it's so, yeah, I want to start with all of y'all because y'all so fascinating here. But I'm going to start with Bri Smith. Let's go to you first. Bri Smith is a CPA and wealth strategist who is committed to helping families reach financial freedom. And her passion is to empower parents. And I really want to understand why the parents, but we're starting with those parents that help create the generational wealth for at least the next 2 to 3 generations. Now, we can go to every accolade. She holds her BSBA in accounting, personal finance plan. These women are matriculated in the areas that they're talking about here. She also has success in real estate investing, including buying 2 homes and selling her first property for a 6-figure profit, all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to just read her bio. I want to introduce you to Bri Smith and give you a chance to learn more about her personally. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show, Bri. Talk to us.
Thanks for having me. So big why behind me and with parents is that my entire adult life, I've been a parent. Almost my whole life I've been a parent because I'm the oldest of 5. And once my mom became a single mom, I became by default parent number 2 of the household. So I helped raise all my siblings until I then had a baby at 17. I had her 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. So I kept that generational curse going, unfortunately. But my daughter was my biggest blessing. And so my why is behind my daughter. My daughter changed my life at a time where I thought that, hey, instead I'm about to jet out of here and go to a faraway college and just live my best life. She was like, skirt, no, you're not. And
Not hardly.
Yeah, not at all. And instead I had to be a mom, but she didn't choose me. She didn't choose to have a teenage mom that was only working at McDonald's and didn't have anything to show for herself. And she deserved a better life. And so I can't understand anyone with finances unless it's dealing with the child. I know the impact my kid has on me. I've never just lived for myself, I guess. And so I can't relate as well to them. And then when it comes to generational wealth, if you don't have children, what are you working hard for? Who are you leaving it behind for? What are you creating? What generations are you going to impact? So my thing is with parents is that I can make a bigger impact because I'm a God girl. Proverbs 13:22 says that we leave an inheritance for our children's children. That's what a good man does. So, or woman. So for me, I want to leave an inheritance for several generations. I want the struggle to end with me. And so I want to help other parents to reach their version of success and leave generational wealth as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So when you talk about the parents getting an understanding and, like you said, specifically breaking generational curses, is there like any kind of step-by-step process that you use in educating parents?
I do. So I have a course called the Financial Freedom Plan. And with that, I go through my 6-step process. And so it can seem overwhelming, but it's really just getting very clear on your goals, your purpose, your why for each person, going through putting our money where our mouth is with our budget. So, and managing our money well in a nutshell. And then going into investment strategies is going to be the last one. So if I were to break down all 6, it's goal setting, budgeting, saving, getting out of debt, credit repair with integrity.
Wait. Let me put my glasses on first. I cannot type that fast no matter what. One more, go one more again. One more.
Budget. So it's goal setting is first.
Somebody in the studio audience start typing because I can't do all this by myself. Goal setting.
Goal setting is going to be number 1. Budgeting is going to be number 2.
Budgeting. See, I done misspelled that, so you're gonna be like, no, spelling. Okay, budgeting, number 2. What else?
3 is saving.
Saving, okay.
4 is getting out of debt.
Getting out of debt. You know what? One of my friends says note takers are money makers, so y'all better take some notes out there in the studio audience, okay? Getting out of debt, okay?
Yes. 5 is going to be credit repair.
Credit repair. Okay.
And then number 6 is going to be investment strategies. So,
okay. So investment strategies. So listen, you all, y'all want to come to the conference because you're going to get some deeper nuggets than just me typing it with commas behind it. Okay. At the Sister Leaders Conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia, October 27th through the 29th. And these are some tips already that you're hearing that's going to help you today from Bri Smith. If you start just looking at this, what she just said, goal setting, budgeting, I'm going to put it up. Goal setting. Mackenzie, you can pop it up on the screen for me. I know you backstage. You're like, well, what am I here for, Kim? I'm trying to help. Okay, pop it on the screen, what she just said. Okay. Goal setting, budgeting, savings, getting out of debt, credit repair, and with integrity. Oh, Dr. Karen, she done did it professionally. I'm like, that's not what I typed. I was just thinking, what? I didn't type that at all. Who typed that? Dr. Karen is the person that's the overseer and the visionary behind this project. She said, let me just help this woman out. Okay, goal setting, budgeting, saving, getting out of debt, credit repair with integrity. That's important. And investment strategies. Great tips. Now, you also talked about real estate and how that was something that you did early on. What made you go with that particular type of investment?
God isn't making any more land. And the one thing you got to do is pay for somewhere to live. So I could pay somebody else's mortgage or my own. I chose to pay my own, and it was much less. And on top of that, with being a single mom, you have to be able to navigate things. So it gave me stability and security, having my own place, having my own home. No one was going to jack up the rental rates, $100, $500, $1,000. I went from a 2-bedroom apartment with washer and dryer hookup on a second floor for $625 a month to a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, single family home that wasn't connected to anybody, with a nice backyard for me and my baby on a corner lot. So we had even more space than we needed. And I paid $600 a month in my mortgage. So it was nothing. And then I sold it years later once I got married and we had a growing family that we wanted to. And I was able to get over $100,000 tax-free profit. Like, you can't do that with any other investment. How else are you going to make that kind of money? And I mean, I bought my house at 21. So to be in your 20s and to be able to have that kind of money, no one else is writing me a 6-figure check yet. So I mean, it was just the only way to be able to make that happen. So real estate is the best investment to build wealth. There's a lot of people telling you, oh, you could just rent. They're probably landlords. And I plan to be one very soon. So yeah, I would love, there's always going to be renters out there, but if I'm talking to someone and they want to build wealth for their family, they want to make an impact, you have to have real estate.
Wow. That's some good stuff. So y'all listen, how do they stay connected with you, Bri Smith?
So I'm on social media at Bri Smith CPA, or go to my website, bdsmithfinancial.com, as you see on the screen, and feel free to connect with me, book a call, whether it's a quick chat or a financial breakthrough call if you're ready to get serious about your finances.
Woo-hoo! I don't know about y'all. That's like drop the mic kind of stuff happening. You all listen, this Sister Leaders Conference is happening October 27th through the 29th. I'm super excited about it and thinking that this is going to be some epic information that you're going to learn. And anybody on the panel, you want to chime in on anything that was just shared by Bri, feel free to unmute yourself and do so. And anybody in the studio audience, if you have questions, comments, thoughts, please put them in there and we'll pull them up.
Well, thank you, Bri, for that great information. And I totally agree with you in terms of generational wealth, and having property is one of the ways to have that. And so I'm doing the same thing. I have a property in another state that I'm looking to turn into rental or an Airbnb, because I want that to be, passive income. I'm already in, the third generation. I have a grandson. So that's something that I want to leave to him and his descendants, along with businesses as well. So you're right on the money in terms of creating generational wealth, because, God's word says that we should leave an inheritance for our children's children. And so this is a great way. If you have to start out with, a condo or a duplex or something, use that and then start renting it out. And then you can move on to bigger property. So thank you so much for letting everyone know that.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. And I would add on as well, Kim, what I heard you say is breaking the cycle. And that has been something for me as well, is breaking that cycle. It could be the finances, it could be the mindset, it could be the education. I mean, all these things are part of also leaving that legacy. All those things tie into it. And so your message is powerful. And as a single mom, to buy a home, then to turn around, get married and take it to a whole nother level. Oh, you got some things to share. You got some things to share. So exciting.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be incredible information, and anyone looking to break that glass ceiling and stop letting it stop you when you get there, I think that Bri is going to be able to share that information masterfully at the conference. So thank you so much for being one of the speakers at this upcoming conference. If you're anywhere near the Virginia Beach, Virginia area, make sure that you are in the house. And if you're not, travel in. It's worth it to be a part of this extraordinary event. And then I know that there's some virtual options as well, but nothing takes place of being in person. We know that. There's a big difference. So I want to hug you ladies so much, but it's like, I can reach you, but I can't feel you. I'm over here. It's a lot. All right, listen, we're going to hear from Nicolette next and learn more about what you're going to be bringing to the conference. Let me just tell people a little bit about you as well and give a chance for people to know you. But this is great stuff already that's happening. So Nicolette, okay, first of all, you're a retired military officer. No wonder you're so serious over there about them resumes. You're like, you're going to get this right. You going, Okay. Retired military officer at the rank of commander. And it says, is it 05?
Yes.
05 of the United States Public Health Service, serving as a senior health services officer. Nicolette has served on interview panels for over 20 years, so she's done this in a very polished manner. She is a service disabled veteran owned business owner of Nike H Speaks LLC and provides career coaching services for those that are preparing for interviews. And she's talked about that some. So I'm really glad to have you here today, Nicolette. And I want to give people a chance right after this upcoming commercial to learn more about you, your topic, and how you're going to whip us into shape. Y'all ready for this?
Sure.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, everyone, we are back. We're here on the Kim Jacobs Show talking with actually on 3 right now, of the speakers that are speaking at the upcoming Sister Leaders Conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia, October 27th through the 29th. Let me let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Attorney Charles Everidge with Hunter Everidge Law Firm. And they are out of the Alabama area, the Carolinas, and the Richmond, Virginia area. So if you're dealing with any type of injury or disability, wrongful death of a loved one, or a workers' compensation claim, give them a call at 704-457-5000. Again, 704-457-5000. And let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And then the coffee that you just experienced, I've been receiving rave reviews and found out that one of the people that helped create the coffee, they've infused it with like 6 different types of mushrooms and stuff, and it's incredible that people love it that much. But it's on vproducts.store, vproducts.store, and you can let them know again that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. All right, everybody, we are talking now with Nicolette Hemingway. Tell us what you have for this conference.
Sure, Kim. What I am bringing to the conference is my knowledge and expertise on career coaching, because I have been my own first client. It started when I was in college. And, as a senior in college, you're all cocky. You think you're going to go out and, change the world. You're going to develop an idea better than sliced bread. And so that was my mentality. And I had an interview with a local bank. And a few days later, the interviewer called me to tell me I did not get the job. She told me that I was dressed professionally, but I had problems answering common interview questions. Mm-hmm. So there went my quest to become the interviewologist, where I went to the library, started studying books, making copies of how to interview, how to write a resume. And so this hobby that I had been doing free 99 for many years became a business almost 3 years ago, because God told me, you need to get paid for your knowledge, your expertise. And I did a Scooby-Doo moment, like, and I was like, me, a business owner? I never thought of that. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, yeah. So I started putting things in motion to, actually register my business. So I am passionate about helping other people succeed in their careers, because I know how it feels to go in an interview and say the wrong thing and feel your stomach drop south because you're like, oh my goodness, I just bombed that. Or I've been on panels where we've seen people come in dressed like they came right from the club, or they rolled right out of bed, wrinkled and, disheveled. So I want to make sure that you're stepping in that room with that power suit on, that you're commanding that room, because you know how to answer those common interview questions. You know how to answer or ask questions of the interviewers, and you know how to use good manners, because there is etiquette in interviewing, and people have no idea that little things that they can do that will knock them out of the running. So I want people to be prepared, whether you're, coming out of high school and you're, having the interview for college, or you're graduating from college and you're looking to get your foot in the door with your career, or even if you're already a professional in the workplace, but you're looking to get a promotion, or you're transitioning careers, or even changing industries, then I want to make sure that you're successful at that, and that you are showing your best self to others.
I love this. And so if people are today watching and they may not get the opportunity to hear you at the conference, what is something that would be at least a takeaway for them to start today being able to become better at interviewing for their opportunities?
One thing I would say is practice. Please practice answering those common interview questions. Tell me about yourself. Why should we hire you? Because they don't want to know that you have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and you live in your mama basement. They don't want to hear that. What skills are you bringing to the table? Why would you be an asset to that company? So practice your answers to those common interview questions.
And when you say practice, you're actually saying practice. I'm just going to put a second, see you better. But you're saying practice out loud. It's actually,
Yes.
okay.
I suggest people pull up a chair. All of us have those big long mirrors, the back of our, door, or on the wall. So
Why is that, by the way?
It's the truth.
Lord.
And I tell people, pull up a chair and look in that mirror, because you will also look at your posture, and then you'll look at your facial expression. See how you're sitting up, and that's something I teach as well, how to sit, shake hands, because there's total etiquette. But you'll see your posture, you'll see your
webs
facial
meet.
expression. Oh, I call it, or kiss the ring, that one, or the limp noodle handshake. I'm like, really, y'all?
No, the
firm
webs need to
handshake.
meet this and
Yes,
theirs.
firm
Need to meet.
handshake. And smile. I ask when I'm doing workshops, I'm like, how many of you all, parents, paid for your braces, or you paid for yourself? So people raise their hand. I said, like I tell my daughter, for how much money me and your daddy spend on your mouth, you better smile and show all 32.
All the back teeth.
Yes, you got a beautiful smile, show it. And that
Good.
also, comes across that you're friendly and approachable as well.
Y'all, I hope you're typing that. I know Dr. Karen might be out there typing that, but show your smile. Oh yeah. See, Dr. Karen, y'all know now anytime you have a visionary that is willing, and I mean, Dr. Karen is serious business, right? I'm going to share the website here. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to do it right now. We're going to take 1 minute, everybody. Hold on. Because I want to show y'all, it's one thing for somebody to be a visionary. It's another thing for them to be a visionary and be willing to say, okay, I'm going to be the person that's working to serve in this capacity. That not every visionary is willing to serve other people. They're willing to lead the charges, but not always. And that's not, that's not everybody. Some people are willing to serve wholeheartedly. But when you have somebody that is in the forefront of a endeavor, and then they're willing to do this too, I think is just admirable, in my opinion. So let me pull this in. This is the website, and we're going to come back, Nicolette. This is the website for the Sister Leaders Conference. Can you all see that on the screen? Yep. It's coming up. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So for the sister, first of all, that's jazzy. I love it. The 2023 Sister Leaders Conference is there, October 27th and 28th. Dr. Cheryl Wood, Asasia, I may be messing the names up, Deck, Kern Cherry. All of these are some Dr. Nicole Peters. These are some dynamic speakers that you'll be hearing. And Dr. Karen Hills Pruden there in the front there. And I Am My Sister's Keeper. You can register and learn about the gala information. But this woman is a force to be reckoned with, the visionary here, which is Dr. Karen Hills Pruden right here. And again, everything that she touches literally does turn to gold. So I want to make sure you know her and Kern Cherry and their partnership and different ones that they've worked with. They're exemplary, excellent leaders, and I'm excited that they are even putting this conference on together. So her serving in this capacity is my point, that it's a big deal. Listen, go here. You can learn everything you need to learn about the 2023 Sister Leaders Award Gala. You can learn about the conference, who the keynote speakers are this year. Dr. Cheryl Wood. Is it Sansha? Am I saying her name right? Miss Deck, Dr. Karen Hills Pruden, and Rinaldi Randall. Then you have Kern Cherry. She's the get the butts in the seats queen, and she does a masterful job. Derek Butts. All of these are some of the speakers. Dr. Nicole Peters, in charge of Believe in Your Dreams Television Network. Siobhan Thomas, Dr. Rhonda Thompson Alexander. These are some of the people that will be speaking as keynote speakers at this conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So you don't want to miss this. So Nicolette, go ahead. What else were you saying? Because you were saying some very enlightening things here.
One thing I've noticed over my career, and especially being on interview panels, is I'm going to go back to an old Tupac song from back in the day, All Eyes on Me. When you hit that parking lot, you are being watched. From the time you hit the parking lot until you come all the way up to the conference room or the meeting room where you'll interview at. So please don't do anything that is unbecoming.
Like you think you out in the parking lot by yourself and you like doing
or believe me, we've seen people take that last drink and it wasn't soda or water. We've seen people take that last puff and it wasn't a cigarette. They come in smelling. Y'all, we see it all. We've
right
seen
from the window.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because, back in the day, we used to look out the window. But now with technology, they have the cameras everywhere. So we can sit in a monitor and look at everything you do.
Oh, my goodness.
So, come in there. When you come in that parking lot, just know all eyes on me. And we watch you from the time you come all the way up. So you want to make sure you are presenting yourself professionally. Don't come out. We've seen it where, for instance, like usually I don't like to drive with a jacket on.
Of
so,
course.
I'll get out of the car. But I mean, we've seen people like, like, we're like, well, my goodness. And, getting
that jacket does not fit, baby.
Yeah.
That right there.
We've seen all this stuff. And so that's what I'm saying. Be very careful, when you hit that parking lot, because you're being watched. And another tip I'll give people is when you're coming in that building, speak to everybody.
Every person.
Everybody. I don't care if it's the maintenance person, the janitor, speak to everybody, because we watch that as well. If you are walking through the hall, we're like, okay, that person is not friendly. They're not approachable.
Right.
If you're going in, good morning. How are you? How are you doing today? We're looking at you're friendly and approachable. And another thing I'll say is the job does not always go to the most qualified. It goes to the person that the team feels will gel with them and work together with them to accomplish those organizational goals. So I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care what school you went to. You come in there arrogant. You come in there with a nasty attitude. You come in there not being polite. You won't join my team.
That's so good. And I, when I first got out of college, I went in for an interview in pharmaceutical sales, and the person hired me on the spot. Well, at the time, this was my husband that I had, and he was like, that doesn't happen. He was like, no, you don't get hired on the spot in pharmaceutical sales where they offer you a car, six-figure income. That's not happening. So you're mistaken. So I said, well, hold on. And I put the manager on the phone with him, and he was like, oh no, we are hiring her today. Today. And he was like, excuse me? Because I was like, he doesn't believe I'm getting hired. That was kind of bizarre, but the man just offered me the job. And I personally think that it's because of everything that you said. I spoke to everybody. I was just being my true to who I am, but I answered the questions. I had a list of questions and I wanted to know answers from them. I was like, well, I'm going to be a benefit to your company too. So I need to know that you are going to be able to meet my needs.
Yes.
And we went back and forth and he hired me on the spot, you know? So that does work. Everything that Nicolette is saying, if you do it, you're going to win. So make sure you all apply some of these tips. Dr. Karen is typing your comments. She said, when you hit the parking lot, the interview starts there. So someone sees you. Be mindful of that.
That is so correct. And one thing I'll end with is, my friends jokingly call me the interviewologist. They say that they can wake me up out of a deep sleep, ask me an interview question, and I can rattle the answer off like this. And it's true because I've been doing this for so long. They were my clients, family and friends. So I would, do their resumes. I would prep them for interviews. And they're like, Nike, does any question stumble you? I said, no, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been very prepared, not only interviewing as the candidate, but interviewing as the interviewer. So I know what companies are looking for on both ends. So no, you can't stump me with a question for the most part because I'm always prepared.
Well, I do have one question for you. Sometimes there are people that interview and like they'll say, what is your weakness? Because I know how to answer that because I always answer it with really a strength. That's not a weakness in my own way because I've learned all of this. I'm like, oh, sometimes people take people's kindness for granted, but I know all of these. I know the behind the scenes stuff. But anyway, what would your answer be in that regard?
Well, an answer I always use is sometimes I find it hard to give up responsibility. So I often spend time doing the job myself. So those of us who are in leadership, we know that, I don't want to give it to Bri because Bri may not give it back to me on time. I don't want to give it to Michele because Michele may give it back to me with errors. So if I do it myself, I know it'll be done right and on time. So being a manager, those things. So it's not seen as a weakness.
Great answer, you resume woman over there. Listen, if you all are anywhere near Virginia Beach, Virginia, or able to travel in, you want to be there to hear Nicolette, Michele, Bri, and all of the conference speakers, the keynote speakers that will be speaking at this event. I just think this is incredible, Nicolette. Thank you so much for everything that you've shared. Listen, we're going to take a commercial break and then we're going to hear from Michele Satchell. You've been waiting patiently over there, right? All right. So when we come right back, we'll hear from Michele right after this break. This has been great.
Two things are almost certain about you. Number one, you know people who travel. Of course you do. Everybody travels. It's an $8 trillion industry. It's what people dream about doing. And number two, you probably aren't making the commission. You see, every car rental, every hotel, and every resort pays commissions. They may go to a website or to a traditional travel agent. But trust us, someone is earning it. Well, what if we could show you a way to put that commission in your pocket? It doesn't hurt to take a peek. Interested?
All right. All right, everybody. So we are back and we are excited to hear from Michele Satchell. How are you today, Michele?
I am fantastic.
Let me formally tell people about you as well so we get a chance to learn some of your backstory. You look ready, and I love your chair over there. I love everything this whole experience has been absolutely wonderful, you guys. And I'm learning a lot about you all. I'm learning quite a bit about you all, actually. So I'm excited about it. But in 2019, Michele took a leap of faith and retired early from her six-figure career and is now pursuing her calling. A big difference between her career and her calling. She's now a speaker, a coach, a trainer. She activates individuals to shift their mindsets. And that's what everything that she does is all about, is mindset shifting is what's happening here. And this shift, I gotta be careful because I've even said the wrong word. Lord have mercy. Okay, a mindset shift that was a game changer in her personal and professional life. So she'll tell us some of what made her own mindset shift. She launched a business called Michele Satchell Enterprises, LLC, and she leverages her experiences that she's gained in the workplace to help other individuals and teams and organizations evolve to reach your ultimate goal and highest potential. Welcome, Michele, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you.
I think I'm giving you all a comedy show over here, huh? At least when I see you all and hug you, we'll feel like we've known each other through the virtual experience. I'll be like, hey, girl. Anyway, Michele, tell us what ultimately helped you first develop the right mindset to be able to even help others.
Well, Kim, I have to say it was really a journey for myself. And I started that journey like when I was in my 20s, like 25-ish. First of all, wanting to break that cycle that I grew up in, that I was around. And so I started working on the personal growth and the mindset. And then people started telling me that I was the encourager, the uplifter, the motivator. They would call me out like that. But then I had some challenges in 2019, man. 2019, I had to make a shift. I had to evolve, put it that way. I had to evolve and evolve my mindset even more. And that's what led me to really just take a step back, and I stepped out on faith. I left my career. I put myself first. I put everything first. But God was telling me that, you know what? The same way that you were going through and struggling, and you realized that it came down to this, it was my thinking, that I could help somebody else. And that is my mission right now, is to help other women, especially leaders, because as leaders, there's a lot of responsibility there. And sometimes we neglect to do the things that we need for ourselves. We neglect to focus in on the mindset. And so that's what has gotten me to right now to say, you know what, this is my mission right now. This is my mission in life, my calling. God has called me to do this.
And are you seeing your efforts really make a difference when you're pouring into other women and you're using your extraordinary voice to share your own trials and triumphs and things that you've overcome? Is it impacting people at the level that you believe is making a difference?
Yes. And I will give you an example. I did this one series on the mindset and personal growth. And one of the young ladies that was a part of it had no idea what she was going to be facing after she completed it. And it was a major challenge. She ended up having to get her leg amputated.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
When we were together, that was not the case.
Right.
But afterwards, that's what she encountered. You know what she told me?
What?
Michele, everything that you taught me, what you taught me about mindset, how to make the shifts, how to look at things a little bit differently. It allowed her to take a different perspective when she lost that leg. It's what helped her to keep going and keep moving forward. So when I say, does it make a difference? Oh, yes, it makes a difference, because how we think, it controls everything. Everything. And so to hear her tell me that, and to hear other women, I had a young lady one day tell me, I met her at a wedding. She met my husband. My husband said, you need to go talk to my wife. She was saying she just needed some shift in where she was. She wanted to be our best. She comes over to me. We talk, we hook up. I tell you, it was maybe 2 to 3 months later. She says, Michele, I've been trying to do this for years, like by myself. And what you did, not only did we shift her mindset, but she left her job, got a new job, left the state that she was in, moved to another state, got a new apartment. Like, she turned her whole life around. Okay. So, and she said the things she taught me about, I was starting to realize they're all connected. Like, it's not just over here. It can impact my finances because she changed her budgeting. She changed her strategy. And that's what allowed her to make the shift, to move from one state to another, get a different place. Like, it's everything. That's mindset is all levels, like all aspects of your life.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that is a precursor to the young lady that had the amputation, and how only God knew. You didn't know, she didn't know, but God knew how to gel you two together and let your paths connect for that exact purpose, for her to be able to stay alive, probably, because she could have easily given up in her journey. But thank God that you two connected, and she's able to have the right mindset. What? My leg, my arm, I got this. That changes everything. So thank God for your gift that you're salting the earth with. I really appreciate it. Okay, so any tips that you would give people when it comes to understanding how their mindset matters, and it matters now, not in the future, but today makes the difference in the determination of the outcome of your destiny?
Today. So one of the first things I tell people is just do a checkup sometimes. Check in with yourself as to where your mind is.
Wait, before you start talking, Dr. Karen, are you typing over there? Because I'm gonna lean back and got my arm, I got my hand on my hip. So if you're not typing, then I am jacked up over here, okay? Because I'm way too relaxed. I'm listening like I'm learning myself. Okay, so go ahead. I hope Dr. Karen's typing. Go ahead.
And I'm sharing a little piece of what I talk about in the mindset in the conference, but check in with yourself. Do a checkup from the neck up, right? Because sometimes I don't think people realize, they don't take the time to even be aware of their thinking and how it impacts their life. And so if you're always finding yourself looking at the negative side of everything, all the what ifs and the worst instead of the best, and not seeing the possibilities for your life, you're not going to have a good life. You're not. But if you can change that and you can shift over to looking at things from a brighter side, and I'm not being woo-woo, guys. I know people think, that's just that positive thinking. There are different things you need to do. And I would say one of the first things to do, if you wanted to just literally change your life starting today or first thing in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, command your day with power. Do things to get your mind in the right frame to set the tone for your day. And so every day I make sure when I get up in the morning, I have that time. I have the time to do my devotions, my scripture, my prayer, my meditation, reflection, and even some inspiration and some motivation. Like, I command my day with power, and I have a power anthem. And I know people say, oh, she's crazy. I have a power anthem. I have my music, my song that I play that gets me going. Yeah, and I get to moving, and music, I tell you, it will empower you. It will encourage you. It will affirm you and what you have going on. It will inspire you. It will uplift you. And it can even shift your perspective in terms of going from that negative frame of mind to the optimistic frame of mind. And so there's power in your mind, and we have the power, because those thoughts are just things, and sometimes they can lie to you. So you got to turn it around. You got
Oh my goodness. You know what? As I'm hearing you speak, I can just kind of envision you. I can envision you moving in your bathroom and in your mirror and doing some different things. So I'm thinking, I was like listening to, I was trying to think of some kind of music or something that would be in the background here and putting it out here. But I always have to make sure it's copyright free, because YouTube, they'll be like, zip, YouTube copyright claim. You're like, wait, what? I don't play nothing unless I know it's copyright free. But I hear low, they're like, can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear.
That's copyright free stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I tell people, for your music, for the power anthem, choose something that's where you are, for the season you are in your life. Because there are certain things that's going to work for me that may not work for you. Things are going to work for you, not for me. So, but I'm feeling this right here, Kim. I'm feeling this right here. And look, you get your shoulders moving, you get your body moving, you get that blood pumping in your body. And you go from maybe not wanting to do what you need to do for the day to, I can do this. I've got this, right?
Old school stuff. I don't know too much new school. Anyway, these are some great tips that you're sharing, and commanding your day is very important. The power and the first thing in the morning, because I do think that how you start off in the day can kind of contribute to, like, I make my bed up. I make my bed up every morning.
Every day.
That's just like the first thing I make sure I get up, I go and do what I need to do, say my prayers, and ask God, what is it that you want me to do today? Because I like to be in the will of God instead of just on my own fly by night situation. But making the bed up and doing different things does help me feel like I have already accomplished something that day. So I can't wait for people to hear what you're going to be talking about at the conference. And Dr. Karen, thank you so much for all of the tips that you share. How do people stay connected with you, Michele? Because I need to ask you that, Nicolette, as well.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Michele Satchell. That's 1L Michele. You can follow me on Facebook at michelsatchell.impacts and on my website at michelsatchell.com.
Excellent. And if you have like a kind of a comment that would, before we close out today, I want to make sure that I get a closing comment or thought from you as well. And what do you want people to know as far as those that are attending this conference? Let's just ask. I want to hear you. People coming to the Sister Leaders Conference, what can they expect when they experience this? Because these are people of extraordinary character and voices that are going to be sharing this here at this conference. Any thoughts?
I would say get ready to be empowered, to be equipped, to be inspired, and to increase your belief level. And then don't just come there and get this information, because the information is not going to do anything for you if you don't take some action afterwards. Action is essential. So come there ready to take it all in, but also ready to apply it when you get back home and turn your life around and take it to the next level.
That's incredible. Incredible. And Bri, tell us as well what you expect, what people can expect when they come to this conference from your perspective.
I think that it's going to be phenomenal. Every woman that I have met that is going to be a speaker at this conference are just like power hitters. As we can hear, like with Michele, I can't wait to hear her topic myself. It's going to be phenomenal. So, I mean, like, there are just some power hitting women that are going to be there, but definitely be ready to implement. Dr. Karen is one that holds her people accountable. She's like, you better get it done. Like, don't just take this information. She will hold you accountable. Like, she'd have some talks with me like, Bri, what we doing? So be ready to do the work. Don't just come there and just listen. Be a note taker, but also implement afterwards. Do something with those notes. Make a change in your life, because with all the wealth of knowledge that you'll be able to receive, there's no reason why you can't change some things around in your world. It is free. Like, come on, y'all better respect this free. Some people don't respect free, but respect this free, because you're getting some power hitters, these women that are industry leaders coming to share their wealth of knowledge. So I say take everything that you can and run with it.
That's awesome. Take everything you can and run with it. It's not too often that people even do free conferences. So make sure that you benefit from it. It should be packed to capacity. And then I also want to hear from you, Nicolette, letting people know how to stay connected with you, and then what you want people to walk away with from the Sister Leaders Conference 2023.
Sure. Thank you, Kim. People can connect with me, social media, Facebook and Instagram. It's pretty much my business name, Nigate Speaks LLC, or you can find me by my first name, Nicolette Hemingway. And what I want people to come to this conference for is to listen to these sister leaders, because they are experts in their field, and they're coming with great tips, knowledge, expertise that have been gained from years of working in that particular area. So whether you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you're a CPA like Bri, or you're a mindset coach like Michele, or you're in a career where you're looking to go that next level, we are people who are going to give you real world knowledge. This is not something that we studied in a book and we're going to regurgitate it back to you. These are our own experiences. And so being transparent and being real, that's how we're going to connect with you. And we're giving you tips that are going to help you be successful in your area.
That is excellent. Excellent. So you all have heard from some of the women that will be speaking at the Sister Leaders Conference, and it's a free conference for you to attend. You can put Mackenzie, if you would, put some of the comments up. One of the questions that came in as well, which is, what is your power song? Someone wanted to know. So what is that power song?
For me?
For you, yes.
Well,
for you,
Michele. my power song right now is "Power" by Lecrae and Tasha Cobbs. If you haven't heard it, you need to play that song.
Okay, y'all. Yeah, I've heard it, but I'm not about to play it because I'm gonna have to get them copyright.
Every day, I was listening to it before I even got on this call. Okay, every day.
When we backstage, I'll play it for a second. Be like, hey, hey. All right, listen. Dr. Karen said, thank you so much for your partnership. The Kim Jacobs Show, you rock. Dr. Karen, you rock. You're the one that's the queen. And that is definitely, we're excited to honor you and thank you for everything that you do. Listen, if you all want to provide ongoing support for the Kim Jacobs Show, we come on Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We only thrive from community contributions from community members like yourselves. So please make sure that you go and Cash App. You can Cash App for any audio podcast listeners. I know the videos, you all can see it, but audio podcast listeners, which everywhere you stream and you're listening to your podcast on audio, whether it's iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, wherever, the Kim Jacobs Show is there as well, just so you know. So you can also download and subscribe to any of your audio platforms and be a part of the listening there. But it's $ Kim Jacobs Inc. And PayPal is simply paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. And you can just send any amount. No amount is too big or too small, just like what people do for any like community organizations like PBS or CBN and TBN, and you get the cloth and I'll give you a cloth. I got a black one that I wipe my sweat with a whole bunch. I'll give you a cloth too. If you want the Kim Jacobs cloth. I don't know what to tell you. I got plenty of black cloths in the lunch. Anyway, let me not be silly, but I'll pray over too. And I'm not even exaggerating. I will pray over my cloth because I pray over my own life and I pray over my children and I pray for you all. Even whether you send in funds or not, it doesn't even matter. I ask God to bless each and every one of you on your journey called life, because this life, we are living for an additional life, for me anyway. So I have to get to heaven to be with my son and my family members that have gone before me. So I 100% believe in what God's will is for my life and yours. Okay. All right. That's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to attach my prayer to never mind. I know you're going to need me, Nicolette, to be in your class. You'll be like, you got some things, baby, you're going to have to do differently if you're going to ever make it. She's going to be like, come, just let me give you a free session, baby. Okay. All right. Make sure you all stay connected with all of our special guests today. Nicolette, her information is here again, and you can stay connected with her. Michele, I put her information up again as well. And I also want to let me put your information up, Bri, and make sure you all stay connected with each of them. You can go to sisterleadersconference.com to just register. Let them know that you're coming so that they'll be expecting you. And if you are interested in attending a gala that someone is being honored at for a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, and I had no idea that I was going to be this person. I was excited beyond measure. And guess what? That's going to be me, one of the 4 honorees. I'm excited about meeting these other incredible women that will be honored on October 28th. Now, the gala is not a free event, but you come and be a part of a wonderful evening of celebration, utilizing the likeness and image of our president and vice president for Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And these are the honorees. I'm one of the honorees. I'm actually one of the honorees, y'all. So come and be a part of the gala. The ticket prices are there. They need to know who's going to be in attendance. So go ahead and get your seat resolved. It's going to be a night of entertainment, fun, honoring, and celebration. So please make sure you're in the house for October 28th, starting at 6:00 p.m. in Virginia Beach, Virginia, for the Lifetime Achievement, Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'm honored that your organization, Sister Leaders, is one of the have the ability to offer this type of award to the community. So again, that speaks volumes of Dr. Karen Hills Pruden. All right. Any closing comment? Please unmute yourself and say a closing comment. Let's go with you first, Sharon. Oh, Sharon. Sharon is not y'all, and y'all gonna, you know what? Y'all are. Now, Sharon was on here. I think she was having some technical difficulties. So I just want to acknowledge that Sharon Baker is also one of the speakers. And I'm sure that I'll have her back and speak as her own person being interviewed one day soon. Okay. So I do want to acknowledge that. But Michele, I'm talking to you over there. Can you please say your closing comment right quick?
I just want to say thank you, number one, for allowing me to be here. It was an honor, a privilege. And to everyone, my favorite quote, change your thoughts and you can change your world. Make today a great day, everybody.
Change your thoughts. You can change the world. Great point. All right, Bri, give us a closing comment.
So thank you so much for having me, Ms. Kim. This has been phenomenal. My only closing comment will be, I always say, just do a budget. Like, I hope everyone will commit to doing a budget. That can be the first step in making sure that your financial life change and that you can change the path of your family.
That's excellent. And I see you, Rose, saying this was a great panel and excellent message. Thank you for being the studio audience. And remember, go to sisterleadersconference.com, everyone, to go ahead and register for free. It's a free event. Go and be a part of it. Pack the facility out and get your learn, evolve, become better at what we call life. Okay, go ahead. Our military trainer, resume woman, Nicolette, tell us something.
Yes, thank you so much again, Kim, for having us on the show. Thank you, Dr. Karen, for putting this fabulous conference together. And what I'd like to leave is my motto of be prepared to show the best you to others.
Be prepared to show the best you to others. I love that. And the funny part too, just so you know, is that's how I feel like I am showing my best self to people, because I'm being my true authentic self. And sometimes that's the only best version of you that you can be. So I love that wording. Show your best self. And I see you, Mom. Thank you for being in the studio audience today. Dr. Karen said that the job, awesome advice on these points that you all are sharing. The job does not always go to the most qualified. These are comments that she was typing when you were talking, Nicolette. When you hit the parking lot, the interview starts and someone sees you. A lot of people are saying smile, practice answering common interview questions. Lots of comments have come in, and hopefully they'll get a chance to go back and check them. CTR Media Network, we stream in 100 countries and 350 million households. So this is packaged and sent there. So thank you all, CTR Media Network, for being on today as well. All right, that's today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. If you travel, I encourage you to definitely go to, and I'll put it in the comment section, go to Kim Jacobs. It's a website that if you book your travel through Travelocity and to all of these other places already, it's a price match. So you can just go right there and book your own travel right from the comfort of your home and book everything yourself. But it's kimjacobs.intellitravel.com, and there is a price match there for you. All right, kimjacobs.intellitravel.com, because a lot of us traveling. If you're traveling into Virginia Beach for this conference, go book your travel right there. Okay. Because then that gives me a commission that I get for a little bit of something. That's the residual income for my generational people, right? See, I learned some stuff. All right. Y'all, that's today's episode. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great one. I love you all. Bye-bye. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.